Welcome to the Fit Mama podcast, where it's all about gaining your health back as a busy woman and mom, and doing it without sacrificing time with your family or business. Here is your host, mompreneur and Fit Mama health coach, Angela Campbell.
All right, so today's episode is all about the scale. Why does it fluctuate? Why does it go up and down on a daily basis? Why can you feel like you're doing so good and then the scale's not really moving? Or maybe it did move and maybe you were down, but all of a sudden you're up 3 pounds in one day, right? All of these things are very common. They're things that women deal with on a daily basis. And the scale is something that I see defeats so many women on a daily basis to give up on their journeys. And I really want to highly encourage you not to give up. If your scale fluctuates daily, you are normal. This is part of the process. And there's so many reasons that lead up to this. Okay, so first, if you feel like, if you're listening right now live in the group, I want you to be, if you can type in the comments below, let me know, like, is this something that defeats you? Do you feel like this scale is something that really will make or break your mindset? Like if you get on it, no matter how good your clothes are fitting, no matter how any other positives that you are making changes in your life, this stupid scale messes you up right here, and then it makes you feel defeated. If that's you, I want to tell me in the comments with a mad face emoji. Just put a mad face emoji. Now this is our podcast as well, so if you're catching this later on the actual podcast, make sure you're in our group. If you're a woman, it's the only rule that we have for our group. It's women supporting one another on health and fitness journeys of all kind, as well as faith and accountability and all the things, right? And so you can go to our website, acfitmama.com/Facebook, and join. Yeah. Thank you, Luz, for the mad face emoji, because this is real. So let's talk about it. Why in the world does the scale? Why does the scale fluctuate? If you're on a journey, first, I want to highly encourage you. Any of the women that are in the programs that I run know that we're not looking for a quick fix. We're not looking for the scale to drop crazy fast. We're not looking for, overnight results. It takes time to have a true change in your body, and every approach is going to be different. I love using what I call the lifestyle habit approach that I developed over years and years of trying overwhelming, complicated programs, over trying overcomplicated workout programs and nutrition programs, and you name it. I love bringing it back down to crazy simple. And this is a very hot topic because the scale can fluctuate like this. And if I can, I'm going to actually, I've been weighing myself on a daily basis for the last 20 plus weeks now, working with my own online health coach. And I want to show it to you because I want you to see the fluctuation. No 2 days are ever the same, ever. And I can be up 5 pounds in 1 week, which is this week, actually, you want to be in all honesty. And then next week I'll be 5 pounds down. And it's okay though. Okay. And why this happens. Number one, it can be depending on what all you're doing in your journey. The women that I work with, we focus on all of it. We focus on your mindset because it's extremely powerful. We talk about your nutrition. We talk about your fitness, and we work on it, and we give them things to do. We talk about your daily habits. A lot of us even have some conversations going about their faith, because faith to me is what changed my entire mindset. And really helps everything else come together, right? So first, your body changes in different ways. If you are on a certain particular journey or diet, or there's so many out there right now, which makes it confusing. And I'm not going to knock any of them just because they're different from the approach that I use by any means, because there's reasons behind a lot of them, and some of them you can drop really fast on the scale. Here's the problem with things like that. If you're looking for that huge drop on the scale really quick, you're going to set you up for future issues, because that weight usually comes back. Stop that fad diet real quick and the weight typically comes back. But here's what I love to help women lose belly fat, lose fat. And so when we are on a journey to lose fat and gain and build lean muscle through workouts and proper nutrition and getting the right amount of protein in your body, then sometimes you go through this. And that's because your body fat is changing. So number one thing I'm going to share with you first, and then I'm going to go into the reasons why your scale fluctuates. The number one thing I highly suggest is you cannot rely only on the scale. Measure the scale. Yes, it's highly important. The women I coach, we check it every 2 weeks. We don't check it every day. We don't check it all the time, because most of the time it screws that everybody up right here. Okay, so we tend to stay off of it a lot more. But we do pictures, we do inches, and we do fitness tests so that we can measure all kinds of things besides the dumb number on the scale, because it does not define you. Okay, the number on the scale does not define you. And if you're watching and you're able to type, put that in the comments. Like, the scale doesn't define me. Like, type it out, make it powerful, make it something that you truly believe by typing it and saying it out loud. Okay. And so number one, if you're on a journey, please do not rely only on the scale. If you are truly changing up your nutrition, you're truly focusing on workouts, you're truly working on your mindset and all the things, you have to also measure your inches. You also have to measure your, or take pictures and compare. Okay. Because the scale, you can have dropped body fat. And I see this all the time with the women that I coach. Sometimes their scale is up, but their inches are down. Okay. Sometimes they've maintained their inches and the scale has gone down. And sometimes it's all been maintained, or it looks like this. Like, some women, like, their inches have been dropping like crazy, but the scale hasn't really moved. And then they'll have a week where their inches stayed the same, but their scale dropped. Like, it is a constant, but it's a process, you guys. You have to trust the process. But here's the things. These are the things. I've got 11 things on my list here that I'm going to share with you why the scale fluctuates. Number one, carbs. Carbs are not the devil. Let me start by saying that. I love carbs. Most of my women all incorporate carbs unless we need to change approach depending on what's going on in their body, what's working, what's not working. But here's the thing. Carbs, if you had a day where you were up higher in your carbs than the day before, your scale is going to fluctuate. And why is that? Because in order for your body to digest and break down carbs, it holds water weight in order to do so. It's not the end of the world, I promise. Okay. And I always know in my own mind, like, because I track my macros and I put them in my MyFitnessPal. That approach is for a lot of people and it's working amazing. That approach isn't for everybody, right? You have to figure out what works for you, and we work on whatever works best for that person, right? But I will say, if you overdid your carbs one specific day, expect the scale the next morning to be up like a couple pounds. Maybe that's 1 pound, maybe that's 3 pounds. It's not going to be a drastic, huge change. But I will tell you, when you overdo your carbs, it will cause a little bit of fluctuation in the scale. And it's okay. And it's temporary. And like I said, your body holds water in order to digest them. Okay. So it's not the end of the world. You didn't gain fat overnight. You didn't just totally blow your weeks and weeks and weeks of progress. Okay. It's just how our body responds. Okay. So if you have a set amount of carbs, like right now, I eat almost 200 carbs a day, 200 grams of carbs a day. That's the point of my program I'm at. Okay. I was eating about 160. Right now I'm just under 200 a day. Why? Because I'm building muscle, and I am in what we call a metabolic reset phase, where I'm up a little bit in the weight, but I'm building lean muscle. I'm stronger than ever, all of the things. So you have to cycle your body. You can't stay at the same thing all the time, because your body will stop responding. I promise. Okay, so eating more carbs will cause your body to hold on to some water weight in order for your body to digest them. Okay, so know that that is okay. Again, it's not the end of the world. Up your water intake, and make sure that you are reaching that carb number that you're trying to reach. Everybody's goal is different. We have goals with the women that we're working with. I have goals on my own health journey with my health coach set for me. Okay. Sodium, number two thing, sodium, type sodium in the comments if you're watching. Now, here's the biggest thing. Sodium is in a lot of things. Okay. The biggest things that I can tell you when it comes to sodium is you're always going to get a ton of sodium if you're going out to eat. Okay, no matter what you eat, no matter what you eat on that plan, no matter what you eat on that menu, there's always going to be extra sodium when you go out to eat. So if you go out to eat, expect your scale to go up. Don't weigh the day after you go out to eat if you are someone that gets defeated by the scale. What about, and same thing, sodium is found in a lot of processed foods. Sodium is found in a lot of canned foods. Okay. And so I know with me and my family, we try to really stay away away from canned. I don't usually do anything canned. I usually do fresh or frozen, because even vegetables, when it comes to in a can, is going to have a lot of sodium. Even your what I call heat and eat type of meals, processed foods. Well, it is, you guys, it's processed food. If you buy all these already made food that you stick in the freezer, all you got to do is zap it in the microwave and eat it. You guys expect a ton of sodium. Check your labels and make sure when you're checking and reading your labels on your food that you are also looking at the serving size on the label. I'll do another video because I've had questions on this about how to read labels. I will do that in another training here soon, because it's powerful and it's something that you need to know. So more sodium always is going to help you hold water weight. Okay, you are going to hold water weight if you go out to eat, if you eat a high sodium meal, any of those things. Okay, and sodium is what? Sodium is water. So again, flush, get your water in. The next day, you're going to be right back to where you were in the next day or so if you get right back on track. Do not let it defeat you. And then next thing you know, you totally fall off the bandwagon for an entire week. Well, then you're going to start going the other direction, which is not what we want. Okay. Here's another one. Number 3, being sore or inflamed from a workout. Okay, if you went hardcore, you're crazy sore, your body is trying to repair and will a lot of times actually hold water weight. Okay, again, it's not the end of the world. You did not gain fat. Okay, so if you have went, or maybe even you did a competition or race or something and your body is just beat down, sore, tired, inflammation happens. You guys, and your body needs, it holds extra water to try to recover, try to repair, all those things. So that is another reason that oftentimes your scale will fluctuate and go up. Okay, how about stress? You guys, stress is something that will cause all kinds of things in your body. Okay, so type stress in the comments right now. If you're listening still and you're able to type, put stress in the comments, and please note your stress also affects your scale. It affects your hormones. It affects inflammation in your body. It affects everything. Stress is a killer and can be one of the worst things that will cause us to be unhealthy versions of ourselves. Can we get rid of stress? No, everybody's stress is different. We're always going to have stress in our life, but we have to adapt and find ways to manage it. That's what's key. Okay, another video, or you can check out some of the past podcast episodes that are in the group here in the unit section, or if you're listening again on the podcast, just look through the episodes. And you can see there's one that I did specifically on stress and how it affects your body. Okay, so stress is something, if you are like in a crazy hot stressed mess right now, don't get on the scale. It very likely can cause you to go up. Why? Because it affects everything. It affects your hormones. Your hormones go out of whack. Okay, and then it causes inflammation. If you're overly stressed, a lot of times you got inflammation in your body, but especially in your gut. And then you got stomach bloat, and then you can't lose weight for the life of you. Like, stress plays a huge role in a weight loss journey. Okay, so again, I know I can't just erase your stress, and you can't erase it. You're always going to have it. Life is going to throw things at you all the time. Like right now in today's world, between pandemic, quarantines, homeschooling in Texas right now, we've the craziest winter storm we've ever had, and people are out of electricity. They have no water, and they're freezing temperatures. And there's so much stress going on right now. People have lost their jobs. I mean, you name it, the list can go on and on. We could probably list 1,000 things for us to stress about. But there's no point in doing that, because that's just obsessing and putting us in the wrong mental space. Stress will affect your scale though. Okay, it's the whole purpose of this video. Here's number 5, sleep. Put sleep in the comments if you're still watching and you're able. Sleep is a powerful thing as well. You guys, I know sometimes it's not super easy for me to say, hey guys, you need 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Our bodies need 6 to 8 hours of sleep to truly function at our optimal levels. Can you realistically always get 6 to 8? Maybe not. Depends on your schedule, depends on your life. I know right now, during all the craziness of no electricity, no heat, no water, frozen pipes, I mean, you name it, house fires from all the heaters that people are trying to run to stay warm. Like, there's a lot going on right now. And sleep isn't happening for a lot of people. Who can sleep when you have no heat and no water and you're freezing solid? I mean, so that's a horrible situation to be in. But I mean, on a regular basis, sleep is very important. And so you have to be discipline to make sure you're getting to bed at a decent time for yourself. Shut down your phones, shut down life, put the kids to bed, and you go to bed. Whatever your day looks like, but quality sleep and getting enough of it also affects the scale. So if you are doing great, you're doing all these things, I'm eating right, I'm working out, but my sleep has been whack, it's been way off, I'm not getting near enough, it'll affect your scale. It may keep it from dropping if you're trying to lose weight. So sleep is a huge part of a health journey as well too. So if you're not getting enough sleep, it might be one of the reasons why you're not able to lose weight right now. I know for me, that was one of the worst things for me. I spent almost 5 years of going on 3 to 3.5 hours of sleep, 5 days a week, because I was getting up and I was teaching group fitness classes. My kids had no structure in bedtime because I've always been an entrepreneur and worked from home since the day I became a mom. And I was just very free about it. I didn't have a structured bedtime routine for my kids. It was like, woohoo, they want to go to bed, they go to bed, let them fall asleep like that. That's not a good thing, but that's how I did until my little girl started kindergarten. Now it's 8:30 bedtime, bam, for everybody. And then I go follow them. Okay. Best sleep ever. And I don't do group fitness classes anymore because it was just a point in my life. It was time to move on and take care of me. And so sleep is a very important thing. Number 6 is hormones. Already talked about this a little bit, but hormones. Hello, women. This is a women's group. This is a women's podcast. I don't know very many men listen to our podcast. Our period, our menstrual cycles. Same. A lot of the women that I coach, like they let me know when theirs is happening, and we can easily move that weigh-in progress check to another day because there's no point. I don't want to set you up for failure. Like move it around. If you know your body is currently holding water weight because you are hormonal and your period is here, that will always affect us, ladies. Unfortunately, it's part of our makeup. It's part of what we do. And that's how God created us. So hormones in your menstrual cycle is always gonna fluctuate. Everybody's different on that. Some people it's like drastic, and some people it's a little bit. It depends on how your body responds for sure. Number 7 is when you weigh. What time you weigh. So here's what I suggest. When you are weighing yourself and you're doing your measurements and your pictures and everything, weigh at the same time each time that you do it. Don't weigh in the morning one day and then the next time you're doing it in the evening after you've gone all day and you've eaten your food and you've worked out and you've been on your feet all day. You're probably swollen from just a life. Okay, the worst thing you could do is do in the evening. The best time of day to measure your inches, take your pictures, and get on the scale is in the morning. First thing, like literally get up, go to the bathroom, and then get on the scale. Before you drink, before you eat, that's going to give you the most accurate reading. But the key to it too is you have to weigh the same time each time you weigh for it to be a true comparison. So you can see, okay? So right now, if you weighed your first weighed in the morning, but your last progress check has been in the evening, well, it's not going to be accurate. And yes, you're going to be up. In the evenings, you're always going to be up just a little bit, okay? So weighing in at the same time is very crucial. Number 8 is going to the restroom. You guys, bowel movements are a part of life, something most don't like to even talk about, but it's part of life and it affects your scale. Okay. It affects your scale. If you're not regular right now, or you haven't been going like your body should, then you may need some gut health. You need some focus on some gut health. And so that you're going daily. Our bodies are made to go daily, ladies. And I know sometimes hormones can throw that off. Sometimes it's our diet, our nutrition, it's inflammation in our gut. It's, you name it, that could be a whole nother video. But big time, like it, just know that, like, if you are someone that maybe isn't near as consistent, there's probiotics, there's different things that you can do. Happy to share the one I like. I love it. It's like a candy stick. I put it in my mouth every day. My kids even love it. But truly helps in that department. Okay. So know that, like, if you are having a weigh-in, but you haven't gone to the bathroom in a few days, it's going to be up. Okay. You're holding food in your digestive system, which will cause your scale to rise. And it's okay, because you can get rid of that quickly. So that's a big one. The next one is inflammation, which I kind of talked about this a little bit, but I wanted to talk about this even more, because if you are going through something, maybe it's a surgery and you're trying to recover for. We've had quite a few women in our programs, or different things, or some that we just talked to that their body went through some shock, whether it was an injury or maybe it was, something else going on, and their body's recovering, you're going to hold some water weight because your body's because the inflammation going on in your body trying to recover. So if you're someone right now that has an injury, like we've had women going through our programs that had different things going on. Maybe it was an injury in their leg, injury in their shoulder, or even sometimes it's, I believe we had one that was allergic reaction to something that caused hives and caused inflammation, and you're swollen. Well, guess what? That scale is going to rise. But as soon as all those things went away, the inflammation dropped and decreased. Guess what happened? Their scale dropped. Like one was as drastic as 6 pounds. Like bam, 6 pounds are gone now that I'm cleared up and healed. And so know that, like, if you're going through something right now, I talked about the workout side. If you're the workout and you're sore and your muscles are, your muscle fibers tear when you're working out, it's a positive thing. It's part of how your muscles grow. As long as you don't do too hard core, too crazy, and you're sore for a week, that is not actually healthy. It's not what should happen. But if you do, you just know that you're going to have all kinds of inflammation going on in your body because your body's trying to recover from all those things. And it's okay. Okay. Because it's just water weight. Okay. So again, I don't know if I can share. Let me see if I can. Oh, I can. Hold on. I want to share this with you guys really quick, just to give you a little screenshot here. I think I can share. Yeah. Okay, you guys. Here's my screen, and I want you to see this because this is my weigh-in. Okay, and I wanted you to see this because I want you to see the fluctuation. Okay, thank you to my amazing coaches for making me track daily. Again, I don't make the women in my programs track daily because sometimes it's more up here that will drive you nuts if you do. But look at the changes. It's a constant down, up, down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and all the things. You guys look, 138 and then all the way down to 131 down here. And I was in a fat loss phase right here, dropping a bunch of fat with my nutrition and my workout programs and all the things that I've been doing. And then also we went into a different phase where we upped our carbs. So I think this was, let me see, I can't remember which specific date we went into that different phase, but I just wanted to show this to you because seriously, I want you to see the changes that are going on with the scale. And I don't know if y'all can see it. Cool. Again, 138 all the way down, keep going. You got 132, back up to 134, then 133, back up to 134, and then up to 136 and down to 132. Do you get what I'm saying here? And this is just Mondays. I'm just going right here. If you look, what we do is actually take the average of my weight. So again, if you took all of this, it was an average of 137 when I started. 137, 135, 133, 132 was average, 33, kept going. See, I stayed consistent around the average of 133 for a while, you guys. And that's where my body stopped really responding. So it was like, okay, it's time to change things up, started happening again. And then it started to rise a little bit. Guys, right now I'm at 137 today. My lowest has been 131. That's usually kind of like where my body kind of hovers in my sweet spot. But I'm in a phase right now where I'm up to my carbs. I'm eating more, I'm building more muscle, and then I'm going to go back into another fat loss phase soon. Okay. So anyway, I just wanted you to see that. Because if you're struggling right now because your skull goes up and down and up and down and you're so obsessed over it, I highly suggest to stop obsessing over it. Stay off the scale if it's something that you really know triggers your mind, and just focus on everything else, your pictures, your inches, and some fit tests. There's a fit test actually I have here in the unit group. If you don't have one and you need one, do it. Measure other than the scale. If you can't mentally get past that, it's okay, because it happens to a lot of women. But again, I wanted you to know that you're normal if the scale is fluctuating. It happens, and it's going to happen no matter how lean you get, no matter how small you get, no matter how you reach your goal. You can maintain that with a few pounds. Just expect the fluctuation. It's normal. So I hope you got value from this. I hope this enlightened you a little bit on what in the world to expect when you're on a journey of trying to lose weight, lose body fat, make changes. If you're truly on a lifestyle journey and you're tired of the fad diets, and you don't want to drop a whole lot of weight fast because you've done that over and over and over, and you just gain it back and lose it and gain it back and lose it and gain it back and lose it. And every time it gets harder, then change it up and do a more simplified approach. I would be happy to chat with you, share some things that we do, maybe some ideas for you as well. I'll put a link above. You can set up a call with me. And again, if you're listening to this later on the podcast, it's acfitmama.com/chat, and you can book a call to just chat and see if there's something that you're missing or something that maybe we can help you with. So every Thursday, 11 a.m. Central. I was a little late today because I was taking care of something. But every Thursday, 11 a.m., I'll bring something else. Make sure you guys always share with me what is your biggest struggles. You can drop some below, or what questions you have on this topic. I'll get them answered. And other than that, y'all have an amazing day. Stay warm. Prayers for everybody out there that is still struggling without the electricity and the water and all the other things that you're struggling with. Just know that you're strong. You can get through it. And my inbox is always open. I'm here for you if you need me. Have a great day.